Today I'm going to go through how to prune a Japanese maple. So here's the specimen, and then here are the tools that I will be using. So we have a set of kind of larger loppers, and those will be for the thicker branches, about as thick as my thumb. These guys right here are my favorite for, those very little snips. I do have some red tape on them to mark them as mine when I go elsewhere. I do a lot of volunteering in gardens, so I like to make sure that I know which ones are mine. So I also have some rubbing alcohol. So what I'm going to do is just kind of open up, well, please not that one because it's brand new. Just open them all up. Give them a nice little spritz of alcohol. Just so that way, if there's anything on them, any kind of disease or whatnot, it will be killed by the rubbing alcohol. So now for this Japanese maple, what I'm going to do is go through and cut off the dead wood. So if you look, you can see how the good live healthy wood is kind of this maroonish purple. Any dead wood has turned whitish gray. So it's just going to be all of the dead wood that I'm going to go through and cut off. So I'm not going to be pruning anything, except I will probably get some of this along the stairs once it leaves out, and I have a better idea of how I want it. But right now we can still get around. This Japanese maple did not make it, so I just have some pretty little prisms hanging on it. So eventually I will trim back some to make it so that we can get up the pathway, up the stairs a little bit easier. But for now, I will just be cutting off the dead wood. So I'm going to start out with my brand new, these are my little snippers. I feel like these will be really good for those short ones. So I'm going to come up right to where you can see that little leaf node. I'm going to cut right above the leaf node. Oh, maybe these aren't as beefy as I thought they would be. So here's another one. This has died. And the thing with Japanese maple, it's a little bit of a race against time. You want to trim the dead wood before it leaves out, otherwise it's very difficult. But you also don't want to trim the dead wood too soon and then end up with a frost, which exposes kind of all those younger, or the new growth. Having the dead wood, if there's a frost, is really pretty good for it. But if you've cut all the dead wood off and then you have a frost, you can end up with more dead wood. So it is just kind of a timing thing, just trying to get that right. And so I really mostly just let my Japanese maples do as they wish, only cutting off dead wood. See, it does take a little bit of acrobatics. So for this one, and if you notice, I am cutting them completely around, and this is something that extension offices, master gardeners, are always doing research. And the latest research is, instead of doing it at an angle, to do it straight. So you make a round end to the cut instead of that kind of oval